Welcome. Today we're going to be showing you how to install a ceiling fan, and first step of that is to assemble it. You have a brand new Hampton Bay Home Depot ceiling fan. Shows you this real nice looking blades, good outdoor fan. And right now we have the blades, we have the blade holders, the control module, the mount, the motor itself, the cover, the downrod, little pull string, and some electrical connectors, and the cotter. I'm going to go and show you the quickest way to get this installed and the most labor free. So on the first part, this section right here on the top, this has a little rubber piece just pop out. Secondly, it's going to have 5 spacers underneath. It's going to take your screwdriver or your Phillips head, go through the access hole, and take out 5 of these. So you're going to do, just get your blades, line them up. There's a little slot, matches up with that. You always line up. It's pretty much impossible to put these in wrong. If you do, and it takes some real skill to mess it up. Just make sure you go and get these threaded in nice. Just get one side at a time. And torque them down until it's actually in. And we're going to be doing this for all 5 of them. Alright, we got all 5 of them on. Now next thing we're going to do is install the control module. Just going to undo these 4 screws, one on either side here. Or we're going to finish that part. We'll put the little plug back in we took out. Now we're going to get the control module. Just line up the electrical connector. There's a little clip right here for release. And then on these sides right over here, you can see a little notch where it lines into. Snap it in. Line these up. And just go ahead and put the screws in. Right now, just been a few minutes, fan is halfway assembled. Now put the screw in, the other 3 in, and then we're going to go and move on to getting the mounting hardware put up. Alright, so we got this flipped over. Now we're going to take your top section here. You can see there's the little screws. Going to move the trim piece, slide this down. And now for this part, you're going to start. You're going to thread the wires through little trim piece here. Next, you want to go and get them right through the downrod. I always try to get them going on the same side of the little pin here. That's not too important, it's just personal preference. Get those through. Now you're going to want to go and move this up. Actually, right now, I just remember we forgot to do one little thing. Take this back out. I did go and forget the little trim piece right here. You got to pop this out. And this is going to be what the, actually it's not too bad, this is going to be going before here, for your down rod. Here goes the base. This trim piece, make sure the trim piece is going to be facing upwards, where the little nubs are going to feed up into the base of the body. And now we put these through. And if you notice, even though this is a regular fan, it does not have a light included with it. It still includes the 3 wires, white and black for the fan, white and neutral, black hot. And then it does have blue for a light kit because you can add those on. So after this, I have everything we need threaded through at the moment. We're going to take the Ziploc they have here. We're going to get the set aside the electrical connectors. Move this up just so it's on here and out of the way. There are 2 screws. Loosen these up so they're flush. Now we're going to take our cotter pin, put the bar underneath, or in it right here, and kind of wiggle this a little bit. Helps you go and look through one side. Now we can see where the bar is, where the cotter pin is going through. You have to go and try to move aside the wires a little bit, just to get yourself a little bit of clearance. All in all, this is probably the absolute trickiest part, and is making sure this gets through. Almost there. All right, we have it through. Take the pin, lock it in, screwdriver, tighten these down. Good. And now we're going to be ready to move on to the next part, which is actually getting it mounted up. So before we move on to that, you want to go and take your top mounting base. Notice there's 4 screws, 2 on each side, 2 of them are slotted. Just loosen up the slotted ones about a turn or so. Undo these ones all the way. So we're going to go and take a cover, take a little flange deal. Did go and it's a little bit, we need to go and put this in before we put our down rod. Space that step, put that in, then we thread our down rod, and then we repeat everything that we just did. Why? Because I'm filming a video and not following through with the exact instructions, going off memory what I have done, since this is, probably about the 10th, 15th ceiling fan installed, something like that. Or a little bit different. Yours may differ, might not need to have this off, may not have it at all, but the same principles apply. I'm going to have everything freed up to this point. This is going to be what mounts up on the ceiling in your ceiling fan bracket, and then everything else has to be threaded through. So we'll reattach this, and then we'll get back up to get everything mounted. Alright, actually, before I did that, I had to remind myself again, this is actually the correct order. You're going to put trim piece on, then you put the cap on, then you put this bottom cap on, then you put the down rod, then you put the bottom cover. So watch the whole video. Hope you're not trying to go and follow along directly, otherwise be doing the same thing I am. But yeah, at least if you go through everything like I'm showing you, watch the whole video, use it as a guide of what to do, what not to do. That'll go and help you out. Anyways, we're going to go and put this back on. Third time's the charm. And then we're going to go and get the base put up on the bracket on the patio. And if you've been following along, we built a covered patio. I ran the electrical tube for the ceiling fans. And now we're going to get the ceiling fans installed. So we'll put this back on. We'll meet you outside. Alright, I almost never thought we'd make it, huh? But we are now outside. And what we're going to want to do, we're going to go and get our bracket. Might have the holes on your ceiling fan box. And then you go and put in little screws to hold it tight. Screws actually came with the ceiling fan box. They have these little lock washers on them. So we're going to go and put that up, and then we'll bring the actual fan out to get wired up. Alright, so we have this out here. It's been real fun trying to do with one hand. But we're going to want to go and basically get the little ball right above this part and kind of rock it in there. And that will be held up so we can do the rest of it. So I'll try to film and do it the best I can without killing this. Just like that. Now from here, you can trim your wires down a little bit. I normally leave at least about 9 inches, a foot, something like that. That way if you do need to take it down for anything, you have something to work with. But go ahead and get this taken care of. I did go and actually run 3 conductor Romex. So you have your brown, your red, and your black. I did that because I'm getting some switched outlets I'm going to hook up. I just use the whole thing. Did cap off the black up there. We're going to use just the red for the fan. But we got to wire this part up. Just put on your little wire nuts. And then from there we just got to button up and we'll get onto the blades. Alright, got all the wiring hooked up. For this we went red to black. Red from the wire because that's what we have on the switch. To the black of the fan for the fan motor. Ground to ground. Making sure to do both the bracket and the part going down the fan. And then white to white, of course. Now get this button up, just line this up. There's maybe one on this side as well. Sometimes you have to make sure it's a little bit looser. And we'll tighten those up. Tighten up the 2 other screws here. One, 2, three. And 4. Here, line up little slots on this. So you go with the screws. Once we're lined up, just give this little turn. So lock that on there. Or do it with one hand. There we go. Make sure that's up. And now we are ready to install our fan blades. We did it like this because it is much easier to just go and pop these on than try to go and screw this on otherwise and put it all together. It's mounted. So these ones are real nice and easy. They're much preferable to the kind you have to screw in all the way on each of them. You see it has a little rubberized little clip. Just put them on here, slide them back, and you're done. Alright, now one difference between indoor and outdoor fans. There's a few differences. One of them is the bearings. The other is going to be the type of blade. So these are a plastic blade. I'll just show you how it pops in. Push. Really hard to film and do this at the same time. But locks in just like that. Do that for the rest of them. Plastic blades are better for outside, unlike wood and stuff that you might have for an indoor fan. Humidity and temperature is not going to make them start drooping. You can tell a lot of people with the indoor fans outside, they're actual fan blades, they'll be hanging down here and they'll just look terrible after a few years. This is actually a specific outdoor fan, so it's going to do great out here. We'll finish popping these on. We'll fire it up, make sure it works. Alright, let's get the power on. I did go ahead and pop the GFC I installed. Now we killed all power to all the wires. Now we're going to go up here to the switch. Now it's not turning on, but I already knew that was going to happen from the first one. I actually got to turn the fan on itself. And there we go. Got both fans going. One important thing to remember you got to remember the direction of them. So, looking at them, you see right now it's going counterclockwise. In the summer, being outside, that's what you want. There is a little switch over here to the right, and this will go and make you do clockwise. I don't really see you needing that too much for outdoor ceiling fans, but for indoors it's good to know. Going counterclockwise blows the air down, cools you off, and then going clockwise will suck the air up and keep it warmer. We definitely want to cool out here, so we're going to keep this counterclockwise. There we go. Both ceiling fans installed, working, good to go. All right, until next time.